everyone, it is Kim here at Hancock Homesteading Gardens, and today is Saturday, September the 10th, and it is time for Vlog Timber 10. And since my daughter and grandson are coming out later today, I thought I would do Stirred Up Saturday. I am going to make some of my daughter's favorite cookies. Her actual favorite cookies are the no-bake cookies, but I didn't have enough oats to do those, so I'm going to make her second favorite cookies. And those are the chocolate Reese's cookies. So the first tool that I am going to need for this cooking today are my glasses. How many of you have noticed that they are making the print on the back of these things much smaller these days? Yes. So, all right, I'm going to read through the ingredients that you need for this. You need 2 cups of flour, 3/4 cup of Hershey's cocoa, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Those are going to be your dry ingredients. And then for your other side, your moist ingredients, you're going to need 2.5 sticks of butter, 2 cups of sugar, 2 eggs, and vanilla extract. Okay, so I have out, well actually I have out 3 bowls because I'm going to use this bowl for my butter. But I have out basically 2 bowls for my ingredients. I have a bowl for my, what they call dry ingredients, and then I have a bowl for my moist ingredients. And it really does work better when you make cookies if you do the 2 separate ingredients in separate bowls, just like they tell you to, okay? Instead of trying to do it all together. It really does work better this way. So I'm going to get my butter started first because I like to microwave it just a little bit. So it called for 2.5 sticks. So I'm going to go ahead and I have 1/2 stick in there, and I'm going to go ahead and open these other 2 sticks. Pop them in the microwave real quick. It also helps when you're cooking to get all of your ingredients out first. Because just like I was thinking about making these last night, and so I got out all of my ingredients and realized I was 1 egg short. So it would have been kind of bad to have started the whole thing and then realized you were short. So it's always a good idea to get out all of your ingredients first to make sure you have everything. Okay, I'm going to pop this in the microwave. It does not have to be all the way melted down. I'm going to put it in there for 30. Alright, and then I am going to add 2 cups of sugar to my big bowl here. I always keep a measuring cup in my sugar thing. So there's 1, 2 cups of sugar. And then it calls for 2 eggs. Butter's not quite done, so I'm going to put them in there for another 30 seconds. Okay, and then the 2 eggs I like to do in a separate bowl first. So let me get out a bowl. I forgot to do that. This way, if you should happen to get any shell, then you can very easily pick it out of this bowl, much better than it would be to pick it out of that bowl. Alright, so let me get my eggs opened here. I'll wash my hands off real quick. I did thoroughly wash my hands before I started with soap and water. Anytime you cook, of course, you always want to make sure you start with clean hands, which I did. Right now I'm just rinsing the egg off. Okay, and now I think my butter is ready. So I have my 2 cups of sugar, my 2½ sticks of butter. Put that in there. I have my 2 eggs, which I'm going to beat real quick. Okay, I'm going to add those into there. Alright, let me see how much vanilla it said. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Okay, so I have out my teaspoon here. If you are not sure about being able to stop, it's a good idea to do this over a cup or a bowl first and then pour it in. But I felt sure that I would be able to stop, so I'm going to go ahead and just do it this way. Alright, so I have all of my wet ingredients. Now, even though sugar is dry when it starts, as soon as it gets moistened up, it turns into a liquid too. So these are your moist ingredients, okay? All right, I'm going to give those a gentle stir with my spoon first. Kind of get them started with the spoon. Move some of this stuff so y'all can see. Alright, I guess you wouldn't have to do that part because you're going to use your mixer here pretty soon, but I just like to get it started with my spoon first. Okay, and then I have my electric mixer, and I'm just going to put that on 1, and I'm just going to mix that together. Does not take very long. Alright, so there are my wet ingredients. Now I'm going to put together my dry ingredients. And my dry ingredients calls for 2 cups of flour, okay, and I know that like some people say you should take a knife and, you know, scrape that off, but I just kind of do it that way. So there's 1. By using a knife, it helps to pat it down and scrape off the excess. I've always done it with my finger though. I've never had a problem. Okay, so there is the 2 cups of flour. And 3/4 cup of cocoa. Okay. Let's see, 3/4 cup, maybe about 1 more. There we go. And that I do kind of pat in there. All right, so 3/4 cup of cocoa. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And there is a difference between baking soda and baking powder, so make sure you get the baking soda. Okay. And did I say a 1/2 teaspoon? Yes, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And you can get out your 1/2 teaspoon, or you can do what I do, and that is guesstimate it. And I got just a little bit too much, so I'm going to dump some of it out in this extra bowl over here. Okay, there we go. All right, and so then this side over here, these are called your dry ingredients because as you can see, they are all dry. And I'm going to mix those together. Okay. I like to use my spoon first. I'm a little bit old-fashioned in that. All right. Now I no longer need these. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to slowly add my dry ingredients to my wet ingredients, okay? So you're adding this bowl here to this bowl. You're going to be mixing, okay, on slow. There we go. That you can use to get the stuff off your mixer blades, and you kind of have to be careful. If you leave your mixer on and just slowly lift it out, it's going to spin off any of that stuff that it still has on it. Okay, and so then the last thing you're going to want to do is open up the Reese's peanut butter chips and add those. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in there. And it takes a whole pack, 10-ounce pack. Okay, and then these I just like to hand mix in. You can use your mixer, but I don't see a need. Okay. And that way you can kind of eyeball it better to make sure the chips are evenly dispersed. Distribute it. Okay, and there's your batter. Alright, so now let me get out my cookie sheet. And I like to spray it down with no stick pan. And then it says to drop by rounded teaspoons. So you can do that. Just like that. I think I do mine where I usually get 3 across this pan. Alright, so let me go ahead and finish this up and then we'll stick them in the oven and I'll show you what they look like when they are finished. Of course, whenever you're dipping this out, always try to make sure you have 1 or 2 of those Reese's chips in there. That's what makes them good. So what are you guys doing on this beautiful Saturday afternoon? I'm baking cookies for my grandson and my daughter. So, and myself, because I like these two. And I don't know of a better way to start a Saturday afternoon than to bake cookies and have them for the rest of the day with a glass of milk. Alright, here they are. I'll get back to you when it's finished. You put them in for, I think it's 9 to 10 minutes. 8 to 9 minutes. 8 to 9 minutes. I'll be back. And there they are. Now I've also put in a second sheet, so I'm going to go ahead and get those out. Okay, well, I hope you enjoy the recipe as much as we do, and I look forward to sharing these with my daughter and my grandson. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to know more about what we do on our homestead, please subscribe. This is Kim at Hancock Homestead and Garden saying have a great Saturday, and I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.